What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Here's for Hire podcast. We're back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about all things to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mean. Shaun, how's it going?
Excellent. Thank you for asking.
Oh,
There's no
I thought you were
follow-up.
just saying excellent as in, like, what a great intro.
Oh, well done. Might I say, your pronunciation of welcome.
My syntax is off the fucking charts, I'll have you know.
It's pure synergy at work.
But yeah, this is Movie Monday, Shaun, and there are actually some big pieces of news this week. Now, the main news topic we have for the end of the show, normally we finish on the main event, that dropped, I would say, maybe 25 minutes after we finished recording last week, which is our pet peeve.
Yes, it's the curse of this podcast, in that we're always technically a week behind.
Of all news, no matter when it comes out, we're always a week behind. And so I'm very excited to talk about that. But what we're going to start off with is something, Shaun, that I think might interest you. And that is
I'm never sure if this is good or not.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Connor, I fucking love pirates.
I know you love pirates.
I'm big into pirates.
And if they're from the Caribbean, fucking great stuff.
The only place to have pirates.
Pirates anywhere else, bleh. Pirates in the Caribbean, yes.
Internet pirates. Downvote.
Downvote, take my data. Fuck off. Well, we have heard many a time in the last few years that there's going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean. There's going to be a new movie.
Yes, we have indeed.
And everyone remembers the greatness that was 2017's Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead men tell no tales. They don't tell any tales. Fuck off. They're not saying nothing.
Oh, Jez. Well, look, have to say, not my favourite of the series.
I think that was the best one.
It's no At World's End, let's be honest.
Is that the third one?
Yeah.
I hate you. It's notoriously known that I love Pirates of the Caribbean 1, I don't like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And so I don't know how to feel about this, but you love Pirates of the Caribbean until 4, I think.
Yeah, and even that one, I think it's grand, it's fine. Like, I'll watch it.
I think you're more forgiving than I am. So what I have this week is that there is going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean movie in regards to the whole Johnny Depp world, but there is also going to be a brand new story told with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise that has Margot Robbie as the lead.
All about it. Give me it 100 times, please. I will never get tired of that.
So Margot Robbie is cast as the lead in the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which will be written by the Birds of Prey writer Christina Hodson.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind that. That's a good pairing. They've worked together.
They have.
Now, I can't say some of the writing in Birds of Prey was my favourite writing in a movie.
There were some good bits though. Like
It
it wasn't a bad movie.
No, and I will say a lot of the conversation, like characters talking to each other, felt very natural.
Yes.
I think my gripe with it was the constant back and forth in the storytelling, like physically time moving back and forth.
Oh, like just the structure rather than the dialogue. But the dialogue itself was strong when the characters got together.
Yeah, and for like a load of strong personalities getting together, you kind of have to have that.
Yeah. And I think that will come into effect here. But what's interesting about this is, as I said, they're already doing another Pirates of the Caribbean thing. I think Pirates of the Caribbean was part of Fox. I might be wrong, or else Universal. I don't know, but they are doing another one that doesn't include Johnny Depp, and then does include Johnny Depp. Then didn't include Johnny Depp, and it was a whole thing.
Was it not Disney? Because it was a Disney ride, and they just made.
Oh, sorry, it was. No, yeah, I'm being completely idiotic. Yes, it was Disney, but the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot that's going to be a separate movie. So this is the exact same situation they did. Do you remember when they were going to do a Jared Leto Joker film alongside with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker film, and they were going to do them at the same time parallel to each other, but they weren't in any way related. So there could be 2 Pirates of the Caribbean movies coming out that have nothing to do with each other.
But the ocean's a big place, you know.
Well,
how big is the
That's
ocean?
true.
pretty big.
Oh, at least bigger than my house.
And how big is a movie? Like 2 hours?
I don't know. And so that's a lot. That's a big space. You have to fill.
You have to put people in that space. So why not make 100 of them Margot Robbie?
The big blue wet thing, as this would be in Muppets Treasure Island.
First of all, Margot Robbie's an amazing actress as well. So her in a leading role will automatically sell tickets. I think there's room for just a good pirate movie.
You just like a good pirate movie. There is rumours that this will also be an all-female-led Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Now,
class.
What do you think of that?
I think that's amazing. Why not? That's literally stories we've not seen before, so why not do them?
It can't be any worse than 2, 3, 4 and 5, Sean.
It can be equally as good as 1, 2 and 3.
I can only assume this movie's going to have Margot Robbie on a big wheel going, oh no, and rolling backwards for at least 45 minutes.
If that's the movie, I will watch it.
Actually, I'd watch that for no reason. I'd be like, Jesus, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays off for him.
Yeah, it's just on a scale of just, isn't it mad that this got made? It's a great movie.
It must have taken ages to get her up on top of that big wheel for days.
Now, do you think they'll try and connect the two movies at all, or just make them separate entities?
No, it's said to be a completely whole reboot, like its own origin tale.
Okay, well, how do I put this? The first Pirates of the Caribbean was great because it came out of nowhere.
Yes, and that is a fucking great movie.
Yes, and then as the series went on,
got worse.
I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed the ride. But then it became just, okay, let's do another one of these movies and just milk it for all it's worth. So, and then we had the Great Pirates of the Caribbean drought, where we haven't gotten a movie in 2 or 3 years.
Oh, boys, it's been tough. It's been I know you've been ringing me every second day saying, is there news? But finally,
there's news, and it's the one day I didn't ring.
I know. But yeah, Disney, this is one of their big cash cows. It's been very reliable as well, which you can say about a lot of movies that get to 6. I know Fast and Furious or whatever, but if you release 5 movies and every single one of them, other than probably Dead Men Tell No Tales, that underwhelmed in the box office, but everyone before that made a lot of money, and so they're going to keep making it until it makes more money than it costs to make.
Yes, and I think the only thing that's coming to my mind that I can say is that this could be the Fury Road of Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, that's a good shout. That'd be great.
Where they just take an existing franchise and they just go all in on it and they make it amazing, and everyone working on it is proud to work on it.
And massive battle scenes with these 2 boats in the middle of the ocean, and cannons, and there's fucking sword fights. It's fucking amazing. Exactly,
and you don't need a lot of the mystical stuff that they put into the later Pirates movies. Just make it about pirates.
You're in one.
You're in one.
Captain Barbossa. I know, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. And I like Margot Robbie is one of those few. There's very few bona fide movie stars these days. I think for a while, Chris Hemsworth, I think, is along the same lines, where if he's in something, you'll go see it. Tom Cruise had that for a while, but then The Mummy came out and he's been kind of going off the boil a little bit. But Margot Robbie is one of those stars that you see in a movie, you go, I might go see that. I think that could be good.
Yeah, exactly. She's an actor's actor in a lot of ways.
And so I think she's perfect she's did the exact same thing with Harley Quinn. in the regards that, like, in the DC universe, like, she took Suicide Squad, or whatever she was in Suicide Squad, and went her own way. We've seen in that regard, she will get involved as a producer. She has her own production company. So if she gets involved in this, she's not going to make it bad, because she's going to be at front and centre, but she's also going to be behind the scenes as well, hiring the right people. She's not going to, like, cheap out, I think.
Exactly, and she is putting her name to it. And we've seen with Harley Quinn, it's a very different movie than Suicide Squad, and I think it's a better movie than Suicide Squad, and I have to imagine a lot of it is her and her company's involvement.
And so, Sean, I'm just going to throw a scenario to you here. So you have 2 movies of Margot Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean. It does well. Then, in the 3rd film, we have a scene where she has to meet the evil bad guy, and the evil bad guy is one Johnny Depp. Oh no! We've connected the 2 universes. Oh shit! Imagine the trailer. Just imagine it.
See, is it a case that they'd both be acting like Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they're both going, oh, and they're just continuously falling.
I hope that doesn't happen, for what it's worth.
No, I think that I would watch it. I would watch it.
You're not allowed to decide what gets made anymore.
I don't have my production company. I don't have one set up yet.
But it's in the works. I gave a load of money to that person who emailed me.
It was on the street. I'm hoping for the best. Also, like, as I say, Christina Hodson is down to write it. She wrote Birds of Prey, but she also signed on to do the solo Flash movie that we will be talking about later on, and she wrote Bumblebee from a few years ago. So
yes,
she is clearly one of the hottest writers in Hollywood at the minute, just in regards to everything she writes is at least, like, it's good. So she hasn't had a bad one yet.
Yeah, and I think it's like the writers go unappreciated for a lot of these things, like. But at the end of the day, they're the one writing the words that people say.
And if her and Margot Robbie have worked together before, she's going to know what works in regards to, like, oh yeah, Margot will deliver this line better in this way.
Yeah, like, they're already going to have, like, a shorthand for how they give notes to each other, I think.
And so, yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is going to have its own fun, madcap romp, Sean. Well, that's right. We're coming back.
Well, I can't wait to set sail.
Set sail on the 7 seas with pirates again. Maybe, what if it was just really brutal? Like, it was just Margot Robbie just butchering people and
you
stealing,
tell me you wouldn't watch that.
Stealing money from towns. Oh, actually, I would. Well, is she on a big wheel?
Pirate movie? Oh, Big Wheel, of course.
Yeah, Big Wheel, yeah.
Big Wheel.
Oh my god, they should call the boat the Big Wheel in it.
But it's got a smaller steering wheel than usual.
Yeah, it's called the Big Wheel, and then underneath it, the subheadline is "Oh," and then it just has a picture of Johnny Depp falling backwards with his arms out. It'll be great.
Classic pirate move.
Hollywood, sign me up. We're moving on to our next piece of news, and that is Chicken Run 2, Sean. Yes, Chicken Run 2 is happening at Netflix, and we have our first plot details.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the year that Chicken Run came out? This is your favourite question. What year did this movie come out?
Dickhead. 1999.
Oh, it was 2000. That's the closest I've ever seen you get.
I'm within a year of most things.
Normally you're within at least a decade. So they were talking to Peter Lord, who directed the original. Peter Lord and Nick Park directed the original, and Lord said that we discussed it so many times over the years and come up with various ideas, but never quite found one we loved enough. But was always in the back of our minds, he went on, explaining that every 3 to 4 years there would be conversation at Aardman about how to do so. We've got the perfect story now, and the relationship with Netflix is kind of perfect as well, because we celebrate the filmmaker and are so filmmaker friendly. We feel now we can make the Chicken Run sequel we want to, the one we really care about.
They got paid a load of money to do this, didn't they?
Oh yeah, no, they got paid lots of money. So the plot itself will be Chicken Run 2 will pick up with Ginger, who is the lead character from the first one, who is living in a human-free chicken paradise. I think anywhere human-free is a paradise. Ginger and Rocky have had a daughter together named Molly. She begins to grow up quickly and outgrows the island. Meanwhile, rumours begin to surface of a new threat that forces Ginger to rally her troops again. They will have to risk their freedom for the good of chicken kind. And they say it will be almost a tribute to Mission Impossible, with elements of heist and how they're going to pull off this amazing break-in.
Wasn't the first Chicken Run elements of Mission Impossible?
No, they were trying to break out.
Of course, yes. It was the Shawshank Redemption.
It was so he said we've waited years to have the perfect story, and it just was some guy going, instead of breaking out, why don't we break in? Fuck, he's done it. He's done it again.
He has a picture of a chicken in a cage, and the chicken's outside, and then he looks around and just slowly moves it.
Reverses the arrow. The arrow was going out, and he's like, wait, if we just draws the same arrow underneath and going the other way, fucking hell, somebody call my agents, I've done it.
So, is it like, are they doing this in the claymation style, or is it some weird CGI thing? Okay, well, like, here's the thing, I like Aardman. I think they're a cool company. But
famous for Wallace and Gromit.
Famous for Wallace and Gromit. And the missing link that no one saw.
Of course.
So I'd like to think it'll be good. I think it's a good fit for Netflix to do the sequel. I don't think a theatrical release would do super well.
That's interesting, because I think the original Chicken Run was a massive hit. In just regards cinematically, I think it earned, like, I read it earlier on today, it was nearly $250 million at the global box office.
I believe it, but I also don't think people had really seen
stop motion in that regard.
Yeah, I think it was a surprise hit rather than a guaranteed hit, you know? Like, I think they could have just released Chicken Run and made, I don't know what the budget was, but I'm sure it wasn't massive. But they could have made 50 or 100 million and they would have been delighted with it.
And so, like, if you're bringing out the second one, the big question over all this, Sean, is who's the biggest star in Chicken Run 1?
Who is the biggest star in Chicken Run 1?
Who does the voice of Rocky?
I don't know, Connor. I was trying to dance around the answer.
Hollywood's most famous favourite son, Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson, who in the year 2000... He's pretty high up in Hollywood. He's a get.
Is he coming back? Are they bringing back Mel? I often joke about bringing back Mel, but I never thought.
Are we allowed to bring back Mel? Is it too soon?
Do we want to bring back Mel?
I don't think we should bring back Mel. I'm going to go on a limb. I don't think Mel is the nicest man. Now, I'm not saying he's bad, but I am saying that.
I'm just saying, maybe don't bring back Mel, please. Please.
I haven't heard a story where he hasn't been racist, so that's all I'm going to say.
Just if we're adding up stories.
He has too many in the negative column and not enough in the pro column. But Mel will not be returning for number 2. He will be not reprising his role as Rocky for the sequel. They specifically stated that. Which, I mean, who do you get in instead? Who could replace the sultry tones of Mr. Gibson?
Who could you get? A Matthew Broderick, perhaps?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is a decent one.
I just know, actually, if you watch Tom Hanks in any animation, you'd be like, would he?
Yeah, that's true. Well, what about the Polar Express, first of all? But second...
Oh, yes, what's his character? Polar Express, weird-looking train man?
Train?
Oh, wow. I think that's his IMDb description.
I think you could get Robert Pattinson to do it.
You could. Big Pats could come in. I mean, he's very busy at the minute, but I'm sure he's around.
He's probably in... They're filming in London, aren't they? That's where Aardman's based, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. So, I mean, he's filming
for half a day.
Yeah, come in for half a day is all it takes in animation, as far as we know.
Keep the suit on, you'll be grand.
Just walk in, coffee in hand, just go, oh no lads, we're never going to break out. Sip. Oh wait, we've done it. Go home for the day. You're
God,
done.
do you remember I
You've nailed it.
sounded like Mel Gibbs?
I don't know who you would get in, but I think it's been so long that nobody can remember how Rocky sounded, so I think you're fine.
You
I
could
think you're
replace it with
absolutely
Stallone and you'd be okay.
Stallone. Stallone needs to be in more animated movies. Just because, imagine having to animate his character's mouth.
That would be...
The poor lad's trying to draw it like, we've never seen a mouth shaped like this. I don't know what he's saying.
Like, the only thing slightly animated I can think of him being in is when he was in Spy Kids 3.
Was he animated in that?
No, but it was a very CGI heavy movie.
Oh, that's good. And that was 2003 CGI, so that's like peak of CGI.
That's like never get better than that CGI.
We're downhill since then. We are downhill since then. I heard Avengers or Captain America Civil War, to do the Tony Stark face, they actually used the CGI from Spice Kids 3.
Oh, really?
They went back to that computer, just put the floppy disk in, like, just powered it back up, let's go.
How prevalent do you think floppy disks are in Hollywood?
I'm pretty for sure. Once again, when I set up my production company, I'm pretty positive floppy disks are the way in the future. No?
You know what, Connor? Try your best, okay? Because that's all you can do.
Me just trying to put the floppy disk into the CD part. Why won't you go in? For fuck's sake.
Literally trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
I can't figure it out. Yeah, so there is going to be a Chicken Run too. I mean, Chicken Run was a favourite in my house, so I'm very excited to see where they go with this. I don't know if you can replicate just the fun of the first one, but I don't think it needs to. You're going to Netflix, they'll pay for anything. Exactly,
and they'll like heavily market that as well, and it will be at the top of everyone's page when they log in, so it'll be fine.
Okay, we're moving on to just a small story. That is, Sony Animation head has said to expect more R-rated movies from their animation department, Sean. Now, of course, with everything going on in the world, the cinematic world is kind of taking a hit. It's tough to get people together, film things. So, of course, Sony's animation department is stepping up and thinking, well, if we do more animated movies, we don't actually have to hire any actors or any lightmen or any best boys. And so,
we'll still hire a couple of best boys.
Just have them there. Just have them there. Just stand beside the artists. What do you want? But they're now saying, like, obviously, with that going on, animated movies could become more prevalent in the next few years, and in that regard they won't just be doing PG rated animated movies, because of course there's all types of movies, so if you do more R rated or PG-13 movies, you will get more of the adults coming in to see them. Of course, this is the same studio that made Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which leads me to ask you the question, Sean. Will we see either a PG-13 or R-rated something to do with Spider-Man in the future?
Ooh, interesting. I think Spider-Man is a difficult one, because depending on which comics you read, they're either very kid-friendly or very for adults. So
weirdly, I would have said Blade. Like, Blade would have been your best option, but they're already doing him in real life, or like in live action.
Yeah, that's true. And Blade would be an amazing like animation, because you could do just such fucked up designs for vampires and things like that. Yeah. Morbius would be another good animated movie. But see, I think they've kind of put themselves in a corner here, because the first Spider-Verse was very accessible for all ages.
Yes, it was.
Like, there's still heavy stuff in that, but it's not, you know, blood and guts, or it's not effing and blinding it all over the place. But like, there's heavy themes in it, but the kids can still enjoy the colours and the fact that it's Spider-Man, you know? What
is Into the Spider-Verse? Is that PG or PG-13? I don't know.
Actually, no, because there's like death in it, so I think that automatically ranks it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Spider-Verse age rating. See, Ireland and America are different as well, so it's going to be...
Irish, literally, people could be getting butchered. They'd be like, jeez, let the kids in there now and see that. It'd be fine.
That's PG. So, yeah, it's PG here.
Okay.
People are saying it's basically PG-13 because, like, 2 people die, but there's no blood, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's, like, weird rules. So, in that regard, if you take that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse world, you could go all separate ways with more R-rated movies. And if he said this is the head of Sony Animation, this to me tells me a lot that they have already decided this is where they're going, with like more mature storytelling and more risks. Because in regards to animated movies, I think people will go see that. People are, especially Into the Spider-Verse, kind of open people's eyes like, oh, animated movies could actually just be movies. Like, they could just be really good. Whereas it's always like, oh, it's Pixar. I'll bring the kids. It'll be fine.
Exactly. It was always the soft option.
Yeah. And like DC Animated has been doing that for years. Say like The Dark Knight Returns or like that Part 1, Part 2. They are all rated. Like there's a scene where Joker kills a whole audience of people, and then or else Under the Red Hood or something like that. Like they are all R-rated, but they don't get the same fanfare. And so I think it's very good to change people's mindsets just in terms of cinema, because animated movies can be just as good and sometimes even better because you can do things you can't do with live action.
Exactly, yeah. And it could just be that, like, they do, say, Spider-Man, for example. Wouldn't it be cool to see, you know, Spider-Man Noir being the R-rated one?
Oh, Nicolas Cage smashing people's bones.
Well, that's Kick-Ass.
Oh, actually, no, you're right. Big Daddy.
But you could also have, like, Spider-Man 2099 be the more violent one, or whatever. You know, like, I think there's... Certainly with Spider-Man, there's enough multiverse shit going on that you can justify anything.
And do you think that there would be an audience to go see these, if they were able to change the mindset of people?
I think so, because there's such a large community of people that like animation. Like... whatever production company or whatever movie it is, some people are just very into animation and the process and what gets made out of that.
Nerds, Sean.
I was talking about me.
Yeah, I know.
But I think the more content that's out there, the more opportunity there is for, like, artists to you know, do what they want, because we honed in on like Spider-Man and the comic book stuff, but they could just do independent animated movies for adults, and that's.
And do you think that would become more prevalent with everything that's going on?
I think so, and I think it kind of future-proofs them in a way, because if they have enough of those in the pipeline, and you just have animators drawing away at home, or, you know, rigging, or even people have been doing voiceover and ADR and stuff. People have been doing that in their house.
Yeah, you just send them like the microphone and everything.
Yeah, so I think, or even if, you know, if they have to come in for however long it takes, half a day in Robert Pattinson's case, but
he's a very good actor. If they do have to come in, like, you could limit the amount of people in the studio, whereas if you're on the set of a film, there has to be at least 20 people working on lights and sound and sets and all that stuff.
Exactly, there's a job to manage people who have a job like,
yeah,
it's animation is much, I think now it's a production line, like there's a system to it, but I think that system is it's easier to move and relocate than a live action film is.
And I'm excited to see it. I'm all down for more animated movies. Animated movies are great. Like, the amount of times I've had the conversation with people where they're like, oh, what's your favourite? They're like, oh, you like Batman. What's your favourite Batman movie? And I'm like, oh, Mask of the Phantasm is pretty great. And they're just like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, no, like... And then I tell them, say it's an animated movie. They're like, animated, like, for kids. And I'm like, no. Well, kind of, but not really. Like,
yeah,
it's just canon.
That's the thing. And there's... people think cartoons means kid friendly, and that's why people always get mad when when animated movies, when R-rated, say, animated movies come out, people are like, I accidentally brought my kid to this.
Yeah, typing away. Now my kid is a serial killer.
And it's like, ratings exist for a reason.
Yeah, you didn't. I mean, the movie was called like Sir Kill-A-Lot. I mean, maybe don't bring him. Maybe just leave it.
Maybe just give it a rest, you know.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and I hadn't thought about it, but with everything going on, it makes sense that the cinema world would try and move into something that they can do on a daily basis. Like, if sets are locked down, or if it costs way too much money to bring in millions, like you see Jurassic World buying like $200 million worth of hand sanitizer. Instead of doing all that, you do get people to work from home. And you can do that with animation more so than anything else. And so I just thought that was interesting. But I really did that because I was going to annoy you with my next story, and I wanted to excite you with that story. Because, Sean, we have new stories here on the show in regards to disaster movies. Oh, no. And we love them. We love disaster. Roland Emmerich is our favourite director here. But another one of those classic movies that we love, or classic movie tropes, is reboots. Now, what if we rebooted a movie that was a disaster movie?
Stop it.
From the 90s, when disaster movies were big? That's right. Twister reboot in development with Top Gun Maverick director.
Oh, this is awful.
Yes.
What? Like, Twister isn't even the best one.
No, it's not. It's not even a good one.
No, like, Volcano's the best one.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good one.
It's a fucking good one when they're redirecting it with fire truck. Oh, it's mad. Anyway.
Oh, when that lady's cooking at the start, she drops the egg. Oh, it's a whole fucking thing.
So good. When they're down in the subway and the dude jumps and he lands short. Oh, anyway. Just, why do we need another Twister?
Well, this is not just any old Twister. This is Universal Studios planning the Twister reboot. And it's going to be great. It's going to be from the director who called Joseph Kosinski. When I read it, I was like, Krasinski? Fucking hell. John Krasinski? No, it's Joseph Kosinski. And so they are heading into production. He is doing Top Gun Maverick. And he also did Tron Legacy. And so now he said, Twister's the next one I want to take. Twister was released in the mid-90s and became Warner Brothers' second highest grossing film at the time, would you believe?
Which guarantees it will do well now.
True. Executive produced by Steven Spielberg. The original movie was directed by Dutch cinematographer Jan de Bont, with Helen Hunt and sadly Bill Paxton, who passed away recently. And they star as two storm chasers trying to intercept an F5 tornado to conduct research.
It's a loose premise, really, isn't it?
There's a big tornado and they're like, let's run after it.
But that's a show now. That's a TV show that people watch on the regular.
Yeah, and also Philip Seymour Hoffman is in it, and he's pretty great. But if I remember correctly, I haven't seen Twister in many a year, but they're like going to get a divorce, and then this Twister brings them together. If I remember, I can't quite place it. It's been like nearly probably 10 years since I've seen Twister.
Yeah, like that movie was old when I watched it.
Yeah, it looked old, and so it needs a reboot. Gee, Sean, think about it. It looks old. Let's get somebody in, do a reboot of a movie everyone's craving. Why
do they think this will make money? Or is this some weird thing that if they don't make this movie, they lose the license to use Twister as a ride in Universal Studios?
But like, who? Yeah, I was about to say, who would the want to lose the rights to? Like, it's hardly going to be like, well, fucking Marvel's going to come in and steal Twister. Better fucking buy this up quick.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't get the logic. I'm sure a study's been done and this will make slightly more than it costs to make, which is always our bar for how bad things happen in movies.
And it's got the classic double act of disaster movie from the 90s and reboot, which are two of our least favourite things, but they've combined them together here to make something worse. Independence Day 2 made a lot of money, Sean. I think we need to do it.
I think it was a flop.
No, I think it was a great film. Some have said Oscar. It was a sneak for the Oscar, but it didn't quite make it. But we have seen many reboots, obviously, for the last few years. There's been The Mummy. There has been Independence Day 2. Sorry, that wasn't a reboot. That was a sequel 25 years later. The reboots are The Mummy, you got Stephen King's It, and then, of course, the hundreds of Disney movies that they're just remaking on the regular. Now, no one is saying that it wouldn't be thrilling to relive the terror of the tornado shot. Nobody's saying that.
No one would dare say that for fear of death.
And so, did you know that Twister was the second highest grossing film of 1996?
I didn't. What was the first highest grossing film in 1996?
Independence Day.
Was it actually?
Yes!
Oh, Jesus. That's the year I was born, lads. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. It was going to be good. I'm telling you now, right? It was the second highest grossing movie of the year, Sean. I mean, it was a good 20 years ago.
What else came out? Like, what was it up against?
Independence Day. Okay, what happened in 1996? Tom Hanks, no.
Was that Toy Story? No, that was...
No, Toy Story was 97.
Okay, here's a list. I googled 1996 movies, okay?
Yeah, but you have to remember, in the 90s, disaster movies were the biggest thing.
That might be true, okay? But this list drops off a cliff real fucking quick. So we have Independence Day, Mission Impossible, Matilda, Scream, Star Trek First Contact, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Phantom.
I'm still there.
We're climbing back up the cliff with Space Jam.
Oh, we're back. We're already back. I can't go down from here.
Dragonheart. What the fuck is Dragonheart?
I don't know what that is.
Mars Attacks, The Rock, Muppet Treasure Island.
Okay, look, that clearly 96 was a great year for cinema.
Well, you had Michael Collins then.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Happy Gilmore came out.
And all those movies came out, but Sean, what really made the most money was Twister and Independence Day. So, I think Twister needs a reboot. And I think you need to star... I mean, who do you throw into? Who is the disaster movie duo that you get these days?
Who do you want? See, you could... I don't know. It's probably going to be like Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. He was big back then. It has to be someone who's big. Yeah.
He think about it. Mission Impossible came out the same year, and this beat it.
Oh yeah. So that means Tom Cruise, he needs to get some revenge by joining the opposition team.
I think he wants to be like, because now if Twister makes any money with him in it, then when people say, "Oh, Twister was the highest grossing of 1996," people be like, "Oh, the one with Tom Cruise," and then he'll stay silent and not correct them.
You know what? He's crazy enough to do that. But I just read that headline and I went, I mean, I've heard better ideas, is what I'll say. I've definitely heard better ideas.
I've heard, that's another movie from 1996 that's being remade, because Space Jam is being remade.
True. I think they're just remaking every movie that's ever existed.
Well, then I can't wait for... what else is on this list?
Oh, here we go.
Bloody...
Michael Collins, number 2.
Jerry Maguire 2.
Oh, fuck, can't wait. Tom Cruise, come on.
Or D3, The Mighty Ducks.
Oh, okay, right. Let's not slag 96 again. If it's got D3, The Mighty Ducks in it, I'm back in.
That's all you need.
But yeah, Twister reboot is happening. Everybody, I know you've been mad on the Twitter. Hashtag release the Twister cut. I know you've been all mad about it, but it's happening. It's happening.
About time
I can't
too.
wait. It's about time. Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and that is Tenet, Shaun. I have bad news.
I think I know this news.
Tenet has been delayed.
Or has it been brought forward?
No,
Time
it's been
travel.
delayed. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's been brought forward if it was September. It's been brought back if you live before then, which I'm alive kind of now, so I'm going to work out the maths. Although if time's a flat circle, we're all living and dying right now, past, present, and future.
That's true. So you know, do whatever suits you. You know, guys.
Kill someone. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
That'll be fine.
We just say it really quickly. That'll be fine. No, absolutely, it'll be fine. But yeah, Tenet has been delayed. The release date for Christopher Nolan's new epic has changed. Release dates yet again. Well, it was going to be July 17th, and then it got pushed back to July 30th, which is tomorrow. But now it's not July tomorrow. It's July. It got pushed back to July 30th. And so that's not tomorrow, that's next month.
It's tomorrow, a month from now.
Time is a flat circle, as I said, and also in any sort of quarantine or lockdown scenario, I feel like this year is flying. Did you know last week I was like, we may wait till the summer, and someone was like, we're in the summer. Oh fuck,
we've reached it, Connor.
Have we? Fucking hell. But yeah, it's been pushed back. It was pushed back to the 30th, and now it's been pushed back to August 12th. Now, normally we wouldn't cover this because everything's kind of being delayed these days, but Tenet was kind of seen as the flagpole. It was kind of seen as the one that if it moved, it meant every other movie would be pushed back. And so sadly that has happened.
Okay. So enjoy it while we have news, folks.
Yes. It was I was looking at it like, jeez, we might actually have news. But sadly, no. We're going to have to talk about Twister reboots.
We'll do Twister on the Lazarus Pit someday.
Oh, I'd fucking love to watch Twister, just to see how bad it is. Let's watch Independence Day 2.
Let's watch them all. Fuck.
Yeah, go on.
What else are we doing?
Yeah, so how do you feel about Tenet being pushed back? I'm guaranteeing Christopher Nolan is not happy with this.
No, this was absolutely not his decision.
No. He's been basically kicking down doors saying we're coming out in July and nobody's going to say anything to me. And up until this point, Warner Brothers have kind of listened to him, but now they're kind of like, no, we're going to have to push it back a little more. Because I think a lot of those things that, say a lot of the research we've found, is that people don't want to go to the cinema.
No, I certainly wouldn't go to the cinema, I don't think. But I still don't think, like, Tenet is the movie that would draw me to the cinema.
No. It's so interesting, but no, not in any way. And I love Christopher Nolan. I mean, he's done many an epic, but I don't think I would watch. I don't think I'd be like, wow, I need to go out this week and risk my life to watch Tenet.
Yeah, and look, I'm all for cinema popcorn. You know that.
I know that. That's your big thing. It's your chest tattoo.
I got it kernel by kernel. It was very painful.
Very painful.
But I just think it's going to come out when it's going to come out. They'll all come out eventually. It's just a question of how much money Hollywood loses before it comes out.
It's already lost like $30 billion. I mean, what's another billion?
Make more animation. Make Tenet animated.
Oh, you know what? And Pattinson's already there. So it only takes him half a day.
Fucking, give him 3/4 of a day. He'll do an after credits scene for you.
He'll do the DVD specials as well. He'll fucking nail this. I like it. We're talking like animation. The thing that takes the most is the voice talk. It's not the fucking drawing of every single person. So Tenet has been pushed back, which will in fact affect Mulan. It'll affect basically any movie that was hoping to come out in July.
Yeah, and probably have a knock-on effect for the rest of the year, right? Yeah,
probably will. So keep that in mind for the future, because Tenet is the thing that we're looking to be like, if that comes out, I think there'll be more movies coming out, but if this keeps getting pushed back, we'll see what happens. And so we move on to our final story of the week, Sean. It's the news that really pumped me up and made me very happy last week, but also a bit wary. And that is Michael Keaton is in talks to reappear as Batman in the Flash movie. Sean, I know you have thoughts.
I do have thoughts.
Proceed.
Well, Connor, I only have one question.
Okay.
You want to get nuts? Come on.
He doesn't ask it like that. he's like, oh yes, how are you? You want to get nuts? Yes, and
it's out of nowhere.
It's out of nowhere. Yes, Michael Keaton is coming back as Bruce Wayne, as Batman. Now, the main thing that really, like, there should be an asterisk is the fact that it's in the Flash movie, which means it might never happen, or it could happen. The Flash movie's been pushed back and rechanged so many times, we don't know at this stage.
Yeah, see, but I feel like now there's been nothing but time to write it, but also I think that
Ezra's been working away.
I think that Keaton being announced might have got this movie some good faith. I think people are like, will be interested in it now.
And he's definitely only in it for about 70 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he's not... Yeah. He doesn't save the day. By all accounts, he's going to be this, like, the Bruce Wayne we see in Batman Beyond, who's just an old man.
Please, we're going to move on to that very soon. But I think, yeah, literally it's going to be... Ezra Miller is probably going to be, like, doing his weird run and running through time and accidentally run too far into the future and be in the Batcave. And Michael Keaton will be there like, who the hell are you? And then he'll like, oh sorry, wrong timeline, and then run back.
Yeah, it's going to be like when Ezra Miller showed up on the Flash TV show.
Did he show up? Oh, he did.
Yeah, you forgot, didn't you?
I forgot. It was a blink and you miss it. To be fair, that's very in line with the Flash.
It's true. This is essentially a cameo.
And Michael Keaton has been like killing it recently. He's been gone all back in on the superhero genre. Like
everything he's been in has been fantastic.
He did, of course, be the Vulture in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but he was also in Birdman as well. And he was in the Nice Guys, or the other guys, not the Nice Guys. And he's amazing in all three of them. He's having like a complete resurgence in the last few years, and he's very, very good.
He's still a great actor.
My favourite scene in all Spider-Man movies involves him in that car going to the dance or whatever it is.
Good old Spider-Man.
Yeah, good old Spider-Man, and all the lights are changing. Like, that scene where I was just like, fucking hell, this guy is absolutely killing it. He is amazing.
Yeah, so I think he'll be good in the movie. It's just a question of how good the movie is.
And this, the story itself is just like, he's going to be in it, so what can you say about that? But there's been lots of theories and rumours regarding that, and that is, we're going to go, one is that they could set up Michael Keaton's Batman Beyond, as you stated, which is something I'm very, very interested in. Michael Keaton's return as the Batman in The Flash sets up the idea that there is an older Bruce Wayne somewhere in some sort of timeline, in some sort of multiverse, which would introduce the fact that you could have a younger Batman in a Batman Beyond situation, one Terry McGinnis, and that is something that very much excites me.
Yeah, and I think what you could possibly do is that you see Michael Keaton as an old Batman, and he's on his own. I don't think there's a Terry McGinnis at that point.
No, but it would be a good introduction.
Yes, because then he helps the Flash somehow. You know, give him 5 to 10 minutes of screen time, and he helps the Flash, realises he can still do good, and then, like, you hear alarm, and after credits, alarms go off in the Batcave, and it's Terry McGinnis. He's there.
And it's funny because, like, the way I would do a Batman Beyond movie, or an origin story in Batman Beyond, is to just copy the first 2 episodes of Batman Beyond, the animated show. Because I think that is a great origin in regards that you have Batman and he's getting older and he develops this suit to try and help to counteract the fact, of course, he's in his, like, I think he's around 50, say, and he makes this suit that makes him stronger and faster and is more technologically advanced, and then he retires because he starts having a heart attack. He's fighting off these thugs, he has a heart attack, and he picks up a gun in his last ditch attempt to try and stay alive, and then he just looks at the gun after he defeats them and he's just like, never again, I'm too old.
Yeah, like, it's all there, but they also run the risk of completely ruining it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is why I said I'm so excited if it is a Batman Beyond take, but it's DC, and it's these DCEU blue filter, red filter kind of situation. I want to see what they do with them first before I get any of my hopes up. Even if there's just like I know it's cliche to bring in Marvel when you're talking about DC, but just in a technique that they use, just in those after credit scenes, where you just get 10 seconds of something, and it could be anything. If you just have Michael Keaton in the Batcave and he just looks into all the suits and the Batman Beyond suit is sitting there, he doesn't have to say anything. Like, that is as good a sale as you're going to get.
Yeah, that's anyone would be delighted with that, and it would drum up so much hype as well, because you'd get all the thumbnails with red arrows being like, what did this mean?
Yeah, big yellow circle, red arrow.
So I absolutely am behind this. I think it would be great, and I think Keaton is the man for it of all the previous Batmans.
They are saying that if they can't get Keaton, they will get Bale. Or they will go after Bale. What do you think about Bale instead, or is he just too young?
I think he's too young, but I also think he's too recent in everyone's minds, because everyone still remembers, the Nolan trilogy as being a very good Batman trilogy. He's a lot of people's Batman, but Keaton has been replaced twice as Batman 3 times as Batman at this point.
Actually, wait, no, 5 times. So you've got, well, you've got Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney.
Forgot Kilmer.
Kilmer, Clooney, Bale, then Ben Affleck, then Pattinson.
Do you know I forgot Ben Affleck?
Yeah, there's been 5 changes from Keaton.
So you could do it that they're all separate universes, which I guess kind of works. Some things are slightly tied together. But
it's a multiverse thing. Like, it's going to. You can do anything you want. It's kind of, you can pick and choose whatever timeline you want to go into, and that's the good thing about the Flash. In that, because this Flash, if we're saying he's only learning about this power and he's just running through time, he doesn't know where he's going to end up. So they could just do some massive Easter eggs in all the timelines.
Oh yeah, he could meet Will Arnett Batman.
Yeah, but it's actually just Will Arnett.
Yeah, who would also be a good Bruce, older Bruce Wayne, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested in this. I think it's a good call.
And then the other theory in regards to Batman Beyond, who I love Batman Beyond, so I'm all in on this, is the fact that they could use Keaton as Batman in multiple DC movies. This is something that has been thrown around. According to a new report, Michael Keaton is not only being eyed to star alongside Ezra Miller in The Flash, but the actor is also possibly on deck to star in several DC film projects. It is likened to the way that Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury appears in multiple Marvel Cinematic Universe entries, in that Keaton will be their Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool. I enjoy that. I don't know how the fuck it's going to work.
No, logically makes no fucking sense.
But hey.
But could be cool. And I think if they do bring him back, there could be a scene where Keaton is talking to Pattinson.
Oh my god, yeah. It's just, it's so... This hasn't been done in comic book movies yet.
Other than Avengers Endgame, with timelines and stuff. But they kind of mix it up. They're like, when we put everything back, it'll all go back to the same way it was. But
yeah,
in terms of DC, not so much.
Yeah, but also just what this is something that is, it's source material, yeah, but it's also very much like Batman Beyond is its own thing, and they would be adapting Batman Beyond essentially, whereas the Marvel movies are kind of, they're their own thing at this point. Like, they'll draw from comic books, but largely they have their own rules and their own backstories now. But this will be so interesting, and to bring back the first, actor who played Batman,
who is a lot of people's first Batman. Like, that Batman came out in 89 or whatever. That is the Batman people think of. Now, with Christopher Nolan for probably more of our generation, but for the generation before, this is Batman.
Yeah, and I also think that, 10 or 20 years ago, if they were trying to do this, imagine Adam West being this grizzled old miserable Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah, that'd be so good. Again, because Bruce Wayne is a grizzled fucking dickhead anyway. So imagine him old.
Old and alone, and everyone is
old
dead
and
except
alone,
Jim Gordon.
And he's not allowed to punch people anymore.
Yeah, he's not allowing himself to punch people anymore.
Yeah, and so, like, I think Keaton would be so fucking perfectly cast in that regard. And, as I said, you could have the cool scene where you have a Batman from a different universe, or a different multiverse or whatever, coming in and talking to Pattinson's Batman and kind of giving him tips from a separate universe. So, like, that would explain why they don't look alike. They're from separate multiverses, separate timelines. It's a whole thing. It doesn't have to be the same person. It doesn't have to just look like a young Michael Keaton.
Yeah. And I don't think it should either. I think if you're doing different worlds, different timelines, lean into it. Fuck it.
Go all out. What do you think of Keaton as the linchpin for the DCEU?
I mean, if you had to pick one, why not?
And he puts the team together in some sort of Nick Fury kind of way.
I think he'd stay out of a lot of things, but he'd be Batman about it. He'd do what needed to be done and be distant from everyone.
I just think this is fucking great. I think it's a great idea that hasn't been thought of before, and I personally never thought they would have had the balls to do it. Like, they said, oh, we're going into the multiverse, but I was like, they're not going to have Michael Keaton or any of the other Batman. Like, they're hardly going to bring back George Clooney for a show or for like a movie. You could do that, but I just think, I always thought they would never do it, just in how you would structure that. But the fact that they have shows me that maybe they are serious with this Flash movie, and that it's been fucked around the place many a time, but it is said to be coming out in 2022 now. And that is down, and Ezra Miller is down to do it. Even though we might not like Ezra Miller. Maybe it's going to be a bad movie, but even if it's a bad movie, if it has one good scene with Michael Keaton, it could set up a Batman Beyond film that could actually be good.
Yeah, and I totally think use this as the setup and just see how it's received.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for Movie Mondays this week, Sean, if you want to take us out.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thank you to all of our patrons who support us over on Patreon. That includes Alexander Williams, Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Ray Ging, Roisin Hally and Ryan Evanson. Thank you all so much for your continued support. You are all brilliant people. And
absolute ledge bags.
And Conor will high five all of you.
Well, I mean,
not
okay.
at the minute.
Of all the things to pick.
Oh God, I've gotten confused.
Conor will rub his face on your face if you want.
Wouldn't you like that, listeners?
Wouldn't you like it, huh? Don't call the police. What are you doing?
But yeah, if you want to support the show, there is a link to our Patreon there, or it's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. We're also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, or you can email us here, heroesforhire_@outlook.com if you have any questions or queries. But I think that's about it, Conor.
I think that's it, Sean. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Sean Mead.
And we'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.